not all freshmen are built the same. We all know that. And JD Clowney, I mean, the number one all-time recruit ever. And you knew from the moment he stepped on campus, he was an absolute freak. Just, I guess, what was that like? Again, you come in, not all freshmen are built the same, and I'm sure you're going through reps, or you get on campus and you look at this guy and you're like, what on God's green earth? Like, what? And I mean, you're a guy, you're a guy that I feel like people used to joke, like, this dude looks like an Under Armour model, like one of the mannequins. Like, you're a guy that the genetic pool, like you won the genetic lottery in some ways, right? Not to take anything away from you, but I mean, a fit dude. But then you look at Clowney, who, I mean, talking to Coach Long, it's like he didn't even have to touch a weight. He didn't work out. Like, it's just God given. Like, how wild was that to you? What was that like coming in with him and just kind of seeing him evolve as a player?
Watching him on YouTube versus seeing him in person, no comparison. You see him move and you're like, oh, okay, like he's playing and stuff. When you see him in person, I said, my Lord. I said, that is a big young guy, because he was young. He was my same exact age. So we're coming in freshman, and I'm just like, dude, this dude is huge. But the one thing I will say about Clowney is that he will talk to anybody. He was extremely humble, didn't have a crazy big head. He knew he was good. And I call that confidence. I don't call that being like cocky. But he knew what he brought to the table, and he was overall just a really good guy, in my personal opinion.
No, for sure. And like I said, you were on campus, said it was a really exciting time. I mean, 2011, 12, 13, all the great games. I see you came in right as a linebacker, right? And then transitioned to defensive end. What was the overall involvement of the position you played on the field? Did you feel more comfortable hand the dirt defensive end, or more standing up at the linebacker position, or kind of a mix of the two? Like, and obviously you played for the great Brad Lawing, who, again, I've had him sit in here, and he is a mad scientist when it comes to pass rush. I mean, he's told me all kinds of things. Like, I never thought of that. He's like, if I know where your center's going, it's over. And it's just like I never even thought about it. But what was for you personally as a player, the evolution of your role on the field? How did that change?
It was a great experience, to be honest with you. When I started out as a linebacker, it was my first exposure to, obviously, like the collegiate level. I mean, you're going from high school to like SEC. In high school, you have some people that are fast, you have some people that are strong. When you get to the SEC, I mean, good Lord. I mean, it's everybody's strong, everybody's fast. And when I started out as a linebacker, it was great. I was moving, I was doing really well, had a few injuries. I kept getting bigger. That was the thing. I kept getting bigger. And the bigger I got, it just worked. I think they put me down in it was some sort of package they had, where they had Clowney on one side, and then they had me on one side. And I think it was like a smoke package. And I put my hand on the ground. And then Clowney and I would meet at the quarterback a few times. So from there, they were just like, "Hey, Ced, like, you look good down there. Would you consider going to?" I said, "Heck yeah!" And then exactly, we had like Coach Lauren. Like, are you kidding me? Like, the dude is a scientist. Well, unfortunately, I didn't have him for that long before he parted ways and continued on his journey. But in that short amount of time, he wasn't so focused on you doing a whole bunch of stuff. He was like, do your job and do it well. This is what you look at. These are your cues. And then once you have that down pat, go off. But I honestly, I liked having my hand on the ground a little bit more than linebacker.
And I just think back, man, those defensive lines that you were a part of, just, I mean, unbelievable. I mean, 2-3 deep. People think about, and they talk about Clowney, but they forget about the Travian Robertsons and the Melvin Ingrams and the Devin Taylors. And I mean, it's just the Chaz Suttons. I mean, they forget about those guys. It was just like, I'll race you to the quarterback. That was type of the mentality. Yes. Kelsey Quarles, my God, Kelsey Quarles.
Kelsey was crazy. He was. Oh,
Byron Gerardo, who's on staff now. I mean, it's just the names. You keep going and going and going. It was unbelievable, unbelievable. And I think I'm pretty sure one of those teams set the record for sacks in a season. I think that 12 team. I think I was the one.
Was it 12?
12 or 13, I think. I think it was one of those.
I think it was 13.
Was it 13? Okay.
13.
I know it was one of those.
If we had Clowney, then we would.
Yeah. You have a chance.
It was one of those years.
Yeah.